The start of spring in the south means the start of thunderstorm season. In our part of Florida, thunderstorms begin to occur more commonly in May and June. However, we are able to see impressive storms well before this period. Our first storm chase of the spring was on March 23rd, 2024. On this day, the environment was a little bit crowded. As you can see, there's numerous frontal boundaries, low pressure systems, and troughs. Severe weather was expected for South Florida late into the night of the 22nd and into the morning of March 23rd. However, the rest of Florida was expecting a general thunderstorm chance on the 23rd. The main focus for our area, however, was this low pressure system sitting over the Florida Panhandle in southern Alabama. As the associated cold front approached the southeast on the afternoon of March 23rd, numerous scattered showers and thunderstorms would spawn. While no severe thunderstorm warnings were issued by NWS Jacksonville that day, it does not mean that there weren't some strong thunderstorms. A total of 22 special weather statements were issued for thunderstorms across the forecast area, many of these occurring in Georgia. Our part of the story begins at around 3 p.m., when we decided to go for a drive in order to observe the incoming storms. The first cell that had our attention was passing to the north of town. Despite the core not coming directly over us, we still saw impressive wind gusts. Alright, hello everybody, it is March 23rd, 2024, and we are back with another episode of First Coast Storm Tracking, the first stormy day of what is hopefully a decently active spring. As you can see behind me, yeah, that's looking pretty ominous. This is like some summertime visuals going on right now. So I'll throw up some radar here on screen. I'm going to stay out of the sight so you can see all that's going on. Right now, it's just very scattered thunderstorms associated with a front along with a low pressure system that's going to be moving offshore. They're not really expecting severe weather today, so I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. But they're focusing on what they're calling pulse-type convection, which is basically thunderstorms that very quickly blow up with an updraft and then produce a short period of strong severe weather, and then they just kind of fizzle out. So that's what we're seeing today. A lot of the cells aren't putting out too much lightning. I've only seen like 3 to 10 strikes per cell. It's definitely not that active of a day compared to the summertime because, it's still early spring, but the conditions were about right, and I don't know, this is pretty impressive looking. Better than anything we've seen this year so far in terms of just the visual of it all.
You want to pan it?
I'd pan it more that way to get the line in there. So yeah, we're just going to stand out here for a few minutes and see what happens, I guess. We just got home from work and storms were kind of already rolling in, so I had to improvise. I saw a flash. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, with all that heavy, you can see how heavy that rain is. Any strike that happens.
It's funny, actually, you can see
the leading edge.
Yeah, you can see where it's stopping there. At least like less rain there, and it starts right around there.
Any strike that happens within that wall of rain, we're probably not seeing. That is very good. So there is starting to be a little bit more lightning. A little bit. It's still pretty deep in there, but it's there. So that might actually not just the door. Alright, retreat back to the car a little bit because I kind of want to get more of this wind on footage. And we're just hiding behind the car. Bless you. We're getting some gusts by like 25 to 30 miles around there, so the leading edge is definitely coming in here. Yeah, I'm going right here. I know, I have a tear on my hat. Tearing it on my skin. Yeah. After the first cell had moved to our east, we decided to go after another cell that was approaching the Middleburg area. Heading further south of town, we had a nice visual of the approaching edge of the storm.
We're going.
Alright, so we moved down the road a few minutes to get a much better visual on the storm to the south. I did see a lightning strike on the way here. It was looking in that direction. So, hoping we see another one.
While we were adjusting the camera, we managed to catch two very interesting lightning strokes. The first stroke jumps between the clouds in a quick flash. The second stroke lasted an even shorter period at the time, but left behind a bright, localized flash. After a few more minutes of attempting to get footage, we decided it was time to start going home.
So, it started picking up basically immediately as soon as we started to drive away.
Yep, there was a flash back there a minute ago.
Just barely missed it.
Of course, it's fine.
It happens nearly every time.
Yeah, but
It's just, I just kind of expected.
yeah, better safe than sorry though.
Yeah. I don't know. My gut's telling me this might be a bit more of a force than we thought.
The storm?
Yes, a bit more of a force than we reckoned.
Maybe. We'll see. It is coming in pretty hard.
Yeah.
Once we got home, we set the camera up outside and got ready for the rest of the rain to come in.
I think the heaviest is just about passing us now. Because, like, see that little thing? Like, it wasn't very big. So this was the cell that was, at least according to the radar, producing half-inch sized hail over in, what is it, Union County? But, yeah, no, I think it lost a little bit of its juice by the time it got here. Like I was saying earlier on that first shot with the pulse storms, any chance of these being strong is kind of short-lived. Today, at least. There's some really big storms up in Jacksonville right now, but, yeah, no, we're not going for that. That's a little too far. Yeah, no, it's 62 degrees outside. It was 78 earlier. Yeah, no, it cooled down quick. It cooled down like a good 20 degrees. It cooled down like 20 degrees in a half hour. Love to see it, because it was pretty warm today. Yeah. That's not good.
I hope y'all heard that.
I'm sure they did. Goddamn, alright. That's nice.
That's close.
Yeah, no, because like I heard the crackling like almost immediately after the flash. I'm like, that's. I think that was south. I think that was not right. Yeah, no, that strike was. Let's see, that was 2.5 miles to our south.
After the round of showers and storms we saw locally between 3 and 4 p.m., the weather calmed down considerably. Between 4:30 and 8 p.m., a few showers would form around our area, but quickly fizzled out before becoming anything of note. Most of the bigger thunderstorm activity happened further to our north, and out over the warm ocean waters. As mentioned earlier, there were a few thunderstorms of note on March 23rd. A multicellular storm complex moved through southeastern Georgia and into northeastern Florida near the 3 p.m. hour. This storm started receiving special weather statements while it was over Charlton County in Georgia. It would receive 2 more statements as it moved into Camden and Nassau counties. As the storm entered the Jacksonville metro area, it began to expand further to the south, forming into a short line segment. The southern portion of this line would also receive a special weather statement. Noting the hazard boxes on the alert showed that the northern edge of the storm was stronger, with winds potentially gusting to 50 miles per hour, along with the storm containing penny-sized hail and excessive cloud-to-ground lightning. The other storm of note occurred a bit later in the day, towards the 7 p.m. hour. A developing storm to the east of Waycross was given a special weather statement as it raced to the south of Brantley County, Georgia. It would receive 1 more towards the 8 p.m. hour as it crossed the Florida-Georgia line. The storm would then begin to weaken before falling apart by 9:30 p.m. Consulting the echo tops, we could see the storm's higher tops, which would indicate better organization, begin to become pretty unorganized by the time it reached the Florida-Georgia border. That was the first chase of the spring for us. As expected, the first storms of the spring were not very intense, especially compared to what we're used to seeing in the summer. But we still got our fair share of strong winds, some lightning, and a good amount of rainfall. And that's all I got for today, y'all. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out, and it lets us know that you appreciate what we do. And I'll see you in the next one.